Part of my plan for next week is to have the class do some investigative work about a historic site near our school. So here's a quick summary of what I did to prepare the children's learning activities. Oh, and it took me about 90 minutes or so to put together. Note how I've made a few modules here, one for each day of the week. So to set the scene, in Monday's module I made an article activity in which I introduced the topic. Did you know that we have an incredible, mysterious historical site just down the road from school? Over the next few days your task is to find out more about the site, what it is, what happened there, and why here on our doorstep. Now if I actually had time I might record a little video of me telling them this as well as the text. I uploaded an image, something I made with screen captures from Google Maps, etc. and I collated them using PowerPoint, saving as an image, something just to help the class get in the zone. Then I wrap things up with a pointer about what's to come and what they need to do next. So after they've seen my intro, well, I want them next to then do some research. So I've crafted a worksheet, add an activity, an exercise, a type assignment. I'll make it a rich text, instructor marked response, and I've used the instructions here to tell them what to do. This one's all about writing questions and then using those questions in interviews to find out what people around them already know about the site. I've also added some text to the default answer just to help them on their way. So that's it for Monday, just the topic intro and the interview worksheet. In real life, I'd also put some maths and English activities in Monday's work too, but you'll have to just imagine them for now. So how does Monday look for the class? Well, I'll make Tuesday and Wednesday inactive, and I'll switch over to the classroom's learner view where we'll see any welcome message I might have added for the classroom and of course today's topic activities. So there's my introduction and next the interview worksheet. Your task is to ask people you know what they know about this place, maybe your parents, family or friends from school. It's not about what you already know, it's about finding out what others know. So first, use your answer pane here to write some questions you'd like to ask, then conduct some interviews and record your answers. You get the feel for what you can do with a worksheet there. They will then do the activity, they'll write some questions of their own, and hopefully they'll conduct some interviews and record their answers. So that's enough for Monday's topic. So I'll start thinking now about Tuesday's plan. So another introductory article, this time summarizing, reinforcing the main points I hope they've discovered, along with some pictures and so on, and a heads up of today's topic activities. Now that'll be followed by, and I'll just quickly make Tuesday active, be followed by an embed activity, and I've got a great YouTube video I found on the web about two guys using simple techniques to actually make iron in their garden. I've got a file upload activity. It's a simple sample PowerPoint that I made about the raw materials for iron and the processes. I've got another embed activity. This is another interesting page about making iron. And finally, I've made another worksheet, this one being a fact sheet I'd like the children to make about how to make iron. So setting yesterday's work as inactive. Now in the classroom view, well, here's my summary of yesterday's work and an introduction to today's work, the heads up of what they'll do today. Then the video of the two guys making iron.
So blacksmithing is primitive. You're like raw, dealing with the elements, beating on a piece of iron, but where did the blacksmith get the iron? And that's what we're doing today. We're going to make iron.
So what materials are we going to start with?
After that comes my uploaded PowerPoint that they can work through. It's just a placeholder. Then the Making Iron web page. Now, interestingly enough, this particular site blocks anyone else like us showing their content, but no worries, it's obvious to the children that they'll click to view the content directly from the host site. So lots of interesting things to see, to learn about, to click around, etc. Now, when they're ready, they'll then come back to work on the worksheet, in this case to build a fact sheet about making iron. I've given them some tips of things to consider, the raw materials, tools, processes, and so on. Now, they'll then use the answer pane to create their fact sheet, including text and images, and perhaps rearranging things to get more space if they want. They'll, of course, save their work when they're done. And then for Wednesday, well, you can see the pattern now. I've just set Wednesday as active, so here's the wiki page I want them to study, and the worksheet that I want them to record the things they've found out. Now they'll of course write their answers and submit. So at some point I'll mark their work, and hopefully I'll be able to award mastery if they've done things well. Oh, now don't forget the chat session through which we can provide feedback. And finally, just for fun, I've added a web meeting activity for Wednesday. Anyone who can make it at 2 simply enters the activity to join my class's web conference, ready to chat and discuss things real time. Okay, that'll do. I hope you now have a good idea about how you can create sets of learning activities for your subjects for your class.